So my ex filed suit in his non-legal name on October 6, 2015, and I don't know it. So it's a case of identity fraud too, right? But they're going to pass it off as divorce. And in this, they embezzle two businesses. They falsify 302 operating engineers pension fraud. They steal my trust fund, right? And so anyway, I end up finding this all out, okay? So, you know, to prove that, okay, this is not his legal name. It never was. This happened in Palmer, Alaska court, and it took all officers in court to make this deal go down. You know, I mean, that's just all there is to it. Now, prior to him filing for divorce, he used his legal name, Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee, right? And he gets a promissory note at Matt Valley Federal Credit Union. And the date on this note is on 4/22/2015. So he does that, and he signs the promissory note as Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee too, right? So he does that, right? Okay, so this is just an identity fraud case. Well, the first thing they get in this case, because they're going to embezzle two businesses, plus child support, because when you embezzle two businesses, then they don't show up on the court system. Therefore, child support is also embezzled, right? I mean, you're just stealing. It's just a free-for-all, trust me. So anyway, it says right here, please file the required documents in your domestic relations case. Forms can be found online, and then they give the court address, right? Okay, they do that. And it was the DR 305 Child Support Guidelines Affidavit. Most recent taxes and pay stubs, they never submit those. The VS 401 Certificate of Divorce, they never turn that in. The DR 300 Child Support Order, turned in late, and the Child Support Guidelines Affidavit was turned in late, and he never had to do the certificate of listen to the children's video. He didn't have to do any of those things because this is a case with a man using false identification, purposely not using this name that he got on a promissory note. How many months prior to divorce? So, okay, my mom died on 6/23/2015. He got this promissory note on 4/22/2015 in his legal name. He files for divorce in his non-legal name, and I have no idea, right? I have no idea. Okay, so then a friend of mine, Dave, comes on Facebook, and he says, hey, Kim, you're in a fake divorce. And I said, oh, my God, you know, I'm going to run to Vital Statistics, and I'm going to get, you know, my certificate of divorce. I'm going to take my divorce decree in there, and I'm going to get a certificate of divorce. So I go into Vital Statistics, and I show him this divorce decree, and the lady says, yeah, your ex didn't file suit in his legal name. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she said, his name is Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee. Okay, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you know, we got the motion to amend decree because he changed his name back to Kevin Alfonsi. And I'm like, what was his name? And she said, Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee. And I'm like, great. And she goes, we can't give you a certificate of divorce. This decree over here that you're showing me is garbage. She goes, you're going to have to go back to the court, and you're going to have to motion for a divorce decree to be issued in his legal name at the time of divorce, which was Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee. Well, I do that, and the court denies me. They won't let me have it. So they're going to make me go through a fake divorce, basically. That's what they did. They have. Today, I still don't have a legal divorce. Well, I don't know. The whole thing is because there's a trust fund they're hiding, that my mother gave me a trust fund that I know nothing about. But Weasel Boy over here intercepted the mail or whatever, and then took legal action, and then went in and got his name on my trust fund. Yeah, so that's what happened. So anyway, this is a fake divorce case. So welcome to the horror show that I've been living for years. So anyway, oh, it won't open up. The perjury won't open up. Is it already opened? So yeah. It will open up eventually. Where are we at? Okay, there's the perjury. So we know that, you know, he has this promissory note. We know he filed suit in his non-legal name, and he's going to use this name on a trust fund that was given to me by my mother. He's going to use that name. So he's hiding this name all the way through court because he doesn't want a legal divorce, because he's going to steal the money of Delphine Elgee-Gage's daughter, Kim Elgee, right? And we're still married to this day, and he knows it, right? And they even ask I get life insurance in my son's guardianship case. Yeah. So anyway, he continues on to use this name clear into 2022, right? So he continues on using that name. And where is it at? Where is your bank record showing you using your legal name still? I think we went past it, actually. There he is. This is how he committed the crime, was he used this passport. He never updated. So he got his driver's license has Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee on it, and he files for divorce, and he uses this passport, this old passport, issued, you know, in 2011 to file for divorce. This is exactly what he used, right? Okay, and his attorney, when I tell her, I said, hey, I know he's using the name, you know, Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee still. I know he is. And she sends me documents. You saw the promissory note. And she says, no, this isn't, that's not true. This is his legal name. It's his legal name, because they're hiding a trust fund, right? So, and that's the name on the trust fund is Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee. Okay, so then right here, she sends me this document showing Kevin's legal name. And she sends me the picture of his passport, right, as her exhibit. So what she's just sent me is proof of how he committed fraud in court, right? Okay. And yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're asking I get life insurance. Why the hell not expose their asses? You know, I mean, they committed perjury. What is perjury? Let's go look at perjury. What is perjury? Let's take a look. They don't like me to ever open up this one. Well, I'm going to open this son of a bitch. Okay, let's go in. Let's take a look at perjury. Okay, well, let's do it again. What is perjury? Perjury, okay, it is, I didn't want to do it again. Current through 2023 legislative sessions. Perjury. A person commits the crime of perjury if the person makes a false sworn statement which the person does not believe to be true, like filing for divorce in your non-legal name, right? To steal a trust fund and you know, and pension money and embezzle to businesses. In a prosecution under this section, it is not a defense that the statement was inadmissible under the rules of evidence. Okay, yeah. The oath or affirmation was taken or administered by an irregular manner. Perjury is a Class B felony. That's what they committed, was perjury. Okay, so now what we're going to go look at, he goes in this one document, and we're going to have to read it, unfortunately. So, and he swears in this document that he's never used the name Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee on anything legal. First, I want to find that bank note that he always has here. So, he started, yeah, I mean, just what a nightmare. You know, a true narc. You know, here he is using that name right there, and still using it. You know, he files for divorce in 10/6/2015, and this is the name they hide all the way through court that the 302 knows he has, you know, he's using. But he, yeah, so anyway, there it is, right there. Okay, so we know he filed for divorce in his non-legal name. This is his legal name. This is the name you saw on the promissory note. And even into 2021, he's using this name, right? And I have no idea, you know, that this has gone on. And then I start questioning his attorney, because then I start seeing documents. I forget where. I see him with his name on it, you know, right there. And so the bank, when they levied this judgment, that was the only way they could find him. You know, This judgment actually was for the name Kevin Alfonsi, but they couldn't find him under the name Kevin Alfonsi. They could only find him in bank accounts with that name on it, right? So anyway, this is the short version. I'm going to be doing a longer version later on. So he does that. And then I go to Vital Statistics, right? And they tell me, you know, yeah, your ex did not file suit in his legal name, you know? And then a friend writes me and he says, well, it's pretended because a private business ACS granted it, not a judiciary of court of the judiciary. Okay, he does that. And then, you know, they use this fraudulent identification, Kevin Alfonsi, to falsify everything. So the next thing they do is they falsify 302 operating engineer documents with the false name. They hide that name shown on that promissory note, shown on those bank statements, on the qualified domestics relations order. I have no idea all this fraud is going on behind my back. None, right? And so here it even shows him getting a court order to change his name back to Kevin Alfonsi. Well, if he's changing his name back to Kevin Alfonsi, then that means he didn't file suit in his legal name of Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee, and the judge should not be denying me to get a divorce decree in the name Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee. But he does deny me. Still to this day, he denies me. Okay, so anyway, well, look, this is the qualified domestics relations order that they falsify on 10/24/2017. So they falsify it, okay? He gets an order for cause shown, the decree of divorce entered in this matter shall be admitted to restore the plaintiff's name of Kevin Lawrence Alfonsi. What are they restoring? That's the name he filed suit in. This is all to embezzle 302 operating engineer's pension from me, right? His wife, that I'm still married to him because he decided to file suit in his non-legal name. So the judge amends the divorce decree. The plaintiff's name is restored to Kevin Lawrence Alfonsi. Amended decree of divorce. Well, does it look any different than the regular decree of divorce? Also issued in the name Kevin Alfonsi. Also issued in the name Kevin Alfonsi. So what's missing? The name Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee. Yes, that's missing. It's missing from everything because it's used to hide a trust fund. Yeah, that my mother gave me. The Kevin decided he'd put his name on it. Yeah. So he could write checks and do all kinds of things because he's such an extra special person. He's a person that, you know, the court system will discriminate for, right? Yeah, they'll discriminate against me because I'm just a woman in Alaska, you know. So anyway, they do, because in a real QDR order, what you would do, this is a real QDR order, is you would put both names, Kevin Alfonsi and Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee. But because, as I showed with that Prue's Construction W-2, he worked mainly in the name Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee, he doesn't want me to get those hours for retirement, right? So he just wants to put Kevin Alfonsi on the qualified domestics relations order. So that's what they do to steal 302 operating engineers' retirement, right? So they do that. Yeah. Okay, and it's signed there, right? And I have no idea, you know, I have no idea, you know, until I go to Vital Statistics and the lady just tells me, yeah, you can't have a certificate of divorce because your ex did not file suit in his legal name at the time of divorce. And I'm just like, oh my God. You know, and this is what a legal name change divorce would look like. This was when I was originally divorced. A first divorce, yeah. So anyway, that happened. And this one I think is actually notarized. No, that one's not the notarized one from the court. I actually got a certified one with fraud on it. So Vital Stats does say they knew he didn't use his legal name, you know, and, you know, they tell me I have to go back to the court and motion the judge for a divorce decree, and the judge denies me. And it's motion to amend decree of divorce and restore plaintiff's maiden name. Come now, plaintiff, by and through the undersigned counsel, and herewith moves this court to amend the decree of divorce to restore plaintiff's maiden name to Kevin Lawrence Alfonsi. What the hell is this in the corner of the original decree? Okay, and then it's just the plaintiff's name is listed as Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee on his driver's license. The DMV changed Mr. Alfonsi's name to Alfonsi-Elgee following his marriage. DMV will not restore the name of Alfonsi to the plaintiff without a court order. The plaintiff therefore requests that the court amend the decree of divorce and issued in this matter and restore his name to Kevin Lawrence Alfonsi. Okay, he doesn't do this. He just does it to falsify the 302 operating engineer documents, you know, and continues on to use the name Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee, the name on the trust fund that they all are trying to hide. Okay, so then I get led to the trust fund on the court docket, right? And so anyway, I think I took pictures of it. But anyway, I get led to the court docket, and I see a trust writ of garnishment recorded on the court docket. And I'm kind of like, well, I don't even know. My mother, this is kind of a really weird thing. But anyway, she comes back and she leads me to the court docket to show that they are stealing. There's the certified one. To show that they are stealing a trust fund from me. And that's why Kevin didn't want a legal divorce. He wanted to steal trust fund money. So anyway, we'll just go to the Alaska court system. Let's see. Usually it pops right up. But it won't right now. They didn't even want me doing a... Tried to stop my video. Yeah, that's not what I want. It's Alaska. Courts.gov Alaska. Okay, so we're going to go in there, and then we're just going to go and look at, oh, where are you at? Search cases. Okay, then we're going to go down to search trial cases. And then search cases, and then I put my name in there because I use my real name. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I'm not really known as a. I mean, there's a lot of people that hate me for whatever reason. I don't hang out in bars. I don't go anywhere. I just stayed home with my kid, but got lots of enemies. Because I fight this crap is why, and you know, just injustice in general. It does not want to... Okay, there we are. Okay, so then all of a sudden, I'm in my court case, and my mother comes back from the dead. She really does. And she leads me to the court docket, you know, and I have no idea. I don't think it's going to go down very far. Let me go hit docket. Okay, and she leads me to the court docket. They never filed any of this stuff either. Yeah, they never filed the tax returns or anything. Anyway, she leads me to the court docket, okay? And she's particularly haunting me about this 119, this 11901, you know, oh, where is it? Wage garnishment disbursement. I haven't worked for 2 years. So my mother's like, you haven't worked for 2 years. How are you paying him how are they garnishing you money when you haven't worked for 2 years? And I'm like, Mom, I can't find it. She, you know, and I look in my accounts, I look in William's account, because they're saying, hey, we took money out of your account. Okay. And I'm like, I can't find it. I don't know what she's talking about. I can't find it. Okay. So then I go up on the docket. This is a pretended divorce case. This is all it is. Okay. And actually it was at the docket at this time. And it said trust writ of garnishment for 11901. Okay. But they have it on the front of the docket. Okay. As a wage garnishment disbursement. And so anyway, right? And I'm not working. So that's how they were all fleecing a trust account, right? So anyway, wage garnishment disbursement right there. Yeah, that was it. And I think it's recorded together. You have to do it in a certain manner. So let's look at financial. See if that, right there. See? Trust writ of garnishment. Okay, but no, let's see. And it's 119.01. Okay. Event. Where's that? Let's go down to the bottom because I saw it at one time. Checks. Is it under? Yeah. 119.01. And they call it a wage garnishment on the front of the docket, but it's really a trust writ of garnishment because I'm not working. So they can't garnish my wages. Receipt. Is that it? And these things change. They really do. I've seen them. I've seen it in all different forms. It's very interesting. Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, they got some real things going on here that are, okay. So there it is. Okay, so now we got the trust writ of garnishment. Trust writ of garnishment, 119.01. And this banker goes, those words should not be on any court docket. And then you've got Turnagain Law case right there, 119.01. And they're saying it's a wage garnishment that they did to me on 7/25/24, right? But I'm not working, so we know it's not a wage garnishment. But this amount right here happens to match the trust writ of garnishment. Yeah, and that's how you steal a court case. You got to make sure the case is closed first. So they made sure the judge came out with all his orders. Okay. Then I immediately file fraud upon the court because, well, I can't get a certificate of divorce to this day. So I file fraud upon the court. Why wouldn't I? You know? And so the judge ignores this. He ignores it. He still won't address it. Still won't address it. Right. And then they file, because they got to get that trust fund on the docket so they can steal it. Delphine Isabel Elgee-Gage was her name. And that's the trust she set up to me, and it's being fleeced on this court docket. I've never seen this trust fund. Where do I see it? My dead mother leads me to the court docket to see it. Wage garnishment disbursement, and we know this is a trust writ of garnishment. If it was so legal, you'd put it right here, right here. You wouldn't be hiding it on the court docket. Yeah, and this man's not using his legal name. Even at that date, his name was Kevin Alfonsi-Elgee. You know when he changes his name back to actual Kevin Alfonsi? The date that I discover this on the court docket, that's when he does it. So yeah, so there you go. Yep.